What's going on, guys? As if you haven't seen my short from Earth this morning, my car just hit 400,000 miles. This is the way it's looking so far as underneath the hood. And try to keep it clean as much as I can. Always with the maintenance, but yep. As far as that, give you guys a warm start. See how it sounds. That is the Borla exhaust that I had that I replaced the original exhaust system a few years ago. Yeah, that's the way it's looking so far, guys. And like I said, I was gonna discuss what all I fixed and replaced on this joint. Let me go ahead and see if I can flip the camera around. All right, there we go, guys. Sorry, but it's a hot day out here in Texas. So obviously, like every year I replace the tires, so I don't like to spend too much on tires, but I usually spend like anywhere between $400 to $420, because I like to bargain shop, so you know, rubber's rubber. The battery, I've only switched it out once. The alternator, switched it out last year, and that ran me about 700, I think. Yeah, I think it was 700. Water pump, I've switched out twice. The first time I switched it out with the same OEM part. The second time around, I went with the aluminum water pump. So I was told it was better for the car. The other part, let's see, the oil house or filter. That I switched out the first time with the original OEM part. Then the second time around, I had to go with the aluminum oil housing filter. So yeah, it wasn't too expensive. It was like around 250 around there. But as far as the most expensive stuff that I've had to replace has been, of course, the suspension the first time around. That whole joint ran me, man, I think it was I think I spent $250, but then I took it to this one place and they charged me about $1,500 to replace the entire thing, which I got to do it again, but I won't be going to that place. I got a better deal elsewhere. They quoted me at $1,000 just for the labor if I buy the parts. The second most expensive thing was both catalytic converters. So they both ran me about $800 a piece. So I had to replace one the first time, then about 6 months later, the second one had to be replaced. And it wasn't easy to find one because you can only get it through the dealership. But the most expensive thing that I had to replace was last year, was the AC condenser, where along with the cooling hoses that goes connected to the transmission. All that I had to buy pretty much at the dealership, so that was about $2,200. So I was like, I can either spend $2,200 or get involved with another car note, which I don't miss having a car note. I paid this car off back in 2021, so I've been car note free ever since. But I know eventually I'll have to get another ride, so that's what I've been saving up money for, and in case I have to remanufacture the transmission. So I'm surprised it held up at over 400,000 miles already. So I do have a demanding job, which it requires me to drive. It requires me to drive a lot every day, 6 days a week. You gotta stay. I gotta stay working, you know. you gotta keep on your grind regardless. But you know, that's my stack right there. I do have quite a few stops. So right now I'm currently at this mileage. So, you know, the AC condenser was the most expensive thing. So I spent, like I said, over $2,000. And then I had to pay for the installment, so that ran me about $650 because they did the labor and everything. So yeah, it had to require me also getting the oil. The transmission oil from the dealership, so they can replace it. And then I also had to get the Freon, the cans. Like I had to get like maybe 5 or 6 cans of Freon. I don't remember how many, but yeah, my car was in shop for about 2 days, and when I got it back, it was running smooth. Oh yeah, I also had to replace motor mounts. Motor mounts had to be replaced on there because my car was shaky at one point. Didn't know what it was, and then it finally dawned on me. I was like, yeah, it requires I had to switch out the motor mounts on that. But other than that, like as far as like every year, of course I gotta replace the tires, brake pads, and depending on how the rotors are, I have to replace that too. So other than that, like I just keep up with the basic maintenance as far as routine oil changes and the yearly tune-ups is what makes the difference too. As long as you keep your engine lubricated, and just pay attention to any ticks and sounds that don't sound normal on the vehicle. That's just how I maintain all of my vehicles. All the vehicles I've owned, I've always kept them until either it's time to trade them or until the wheels fall off, literally. I don't have I don't have it like that where I can just keep on either leasing cars or just keep on getting a new trade every other year. I don't see the point of doing that, just to keep up with the trend. But yeah, if I'm hopefully by the summertime or by the end of summertime, I can get another car, probably about maybe a 5.7 Hemi. I've always liked those better than the Scat Packs and the Hellcats. Scat Packs and Hellcats, they're cool and stuff, but it's the cost of maintenance is too high in those cars, and I rather just keep the cost of maintenance low. 5.7 isn't that much of a difference to keep up the maintenance like it is with a V6. And that's it's my opinion, but that's just the way I think when it comes to investing in another car. But like I said, the Dodge Stellantis is pretty much screwed themselves with all the greed and stuff, so now they're desperate to sell. So I'm gonna take advantage. Sooner or later I'm gonna pull the trigger. Because especially with the power dollars that they have now with the 5.7 Hemis, with the dealership discounts, manufacturer rebates, so all that's coming into play. So I just keep on my grind and just keep saving my money for a rainy day or just for whatever. But yeah, that's basically all I've had to replace on this car. Just other than that, I just pay attention to it. If it has any weird sounds or anything like that, I always make sure and check to see if it's not anything too serious or anything like that. Then I do have to replace the front suspension again. I already ordered the parts, and I got a good quote for that. And I think once I get the other car, I will put this car in the shop, and I will pretty much replace the rocker arms. Just to do it, just to it can keep on running smooth. Oh, also to the door panels here. Yeah, I just take those off and probably just, you know, super glue it or something. And I'm not gonna pay for new door panels, just ridiculous. But anyways, guys, yeah, that's what I've had to replace on this car. Other than that, like, subscribe, share the video, and stay on y'all's grind, and overall just stay healthy, guys. Peace.